The League of Nations was an international organization founded after World War I with the aim of promoting peace and cooperation among nations. It had its origins in the aftermath of World War I and was officially established on January 10, 1920, with the signing of the Covenant of the League of Nations as part of the Treaty of Versailles. Formation of League of Nations. President Woodrow Wilson of the United States played a significant role in advocating for the League of Nations as part of his 14 points, a set of principles he outlined as the basis for peace negotiations. Wilson's vision emphasized self-determination for nations and collective security through the League. The Covenant of the League of Nations was included in the Treaty of Versailles, which formally ended World War I. It was signed by the victorious Allied powers, including France, the United Kingdom, Italy, and Japan, and later joined by many Central Powers like Germany. Objectives. The primary objective of the League was to prevent future wars by providing a forum for nations to resolve conflicts peacefully through negotiation and arbitration. Collective security was a key principle, meaning that if any member nation was threatened with aggression, other member nations would collectively come to its defense, deterring potential aggressors. Causes of failure. U.S. non-membership. The United States, despite President Wilson's advocacy, did not join the League of Nations. This significantly weakened the League's global influence, as the U.S. was a major world power. Weak enforcement. The League did not have its own standing military force. Instead, it relied on member nations to provide military support when needed. This dependence on member states made it challenging to enforce decisions, especially if key members were unwilling to take action. Ineffectiveness in preventing aggression. The League's inability to prevent acts of aggression by powerful nations, such as Japan's invasion of Manchuria in 1931 and Italy's invasion of Ethiopia in 1935, eroded its credibility and showed that it was unable to deter aggressors. Great Depression. The economic turmoil of the Great Depression in the 1930s led to increased nationalism and militarism in some countries. This economic instability undermined international cooperation and made it more challenging for the League to function effectively. The League was not a complete failure. It also has a positive side to it. Positive aspects. Framework for international cooperation. The League of Nations established the concept of international cooperation and diplomacy as a means to address global issues. This framework served as the basis for the United Nations, which has been more successful in preventing major conflicts. Social and economic initiatives. The League undertook various initiatives to address social and economic issues, such as fighting diseases like malaria and promoting disarmament to reduce the likelihood of future wars. Resolution of minor conflicts. While the League failed to prevent larger conflicts, it did successfully mediate and resolve smaller disputes between member states, thereby preventing these disputes from escalating into more significant conflicts. Ultimately, the League of Nations failed to prevent the outbreak of World War II, and it was officially dissolved on April 20, 1946, with its functions and responsibilities transferred to the United Nations, which was established in 1945. The League's shortcomings, particularly its inability to prevent aggressive actions by powerful nations, served as valuable lessons for the international community in the post-World War II era when designing the United Nations and its charter. That's a wrap on our deep dive into the League of Nations. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and subscribe for more historical content. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay curious.